Hey guys, I know a long time no video, right? But this month I wanted to do a collective favorites because I know I fell behind on my resolution of a favorites video a month. I'm really sorry about that. Work got busy, I'm running around after a 1-year-old now, so it's just a lot more difficult for me to do videos, but I still like doing videos and I really still want to get back into doing it. So this video I decided to do a collective kind of summer favorites. These are products that I've pretty much been using the entire summer and that I would highly recommend to you. Some of them are limited edition, but most everything you can definitely still get now. Let's get into it. I'm going to go into the face products first. Foundation in general is one of my favorite makeup products, and I don't know, when new foundations come out and things like that, I'm always curious to try it. Tried a couple because my skin changed a little bit since after the pregnancy and having my baby, and now I've noticed in the summertime my skin gets a lot more oily. Not so much that I would call it oily, I would say more combination. Like I'll get more oily in the forehead and down the bridge of my nose, but my cheeks and other parts of my face still are somewhat dry. So with that, you know, my foundations that I usually use for my dry skin just didn't work out. It was just, I was looking super greasy even by lunchtime. Some of them lasted me through the day, but definitely needed to try something new. A couple of my favorites, well, there's actually there's 3 of my favorites for the summertime anyway. One of them is one that I've talked about before, I believe. It's the Chanel Perfection Lumiere. And this one is their long wearing foundation. This has SPF 10 and I am in the shade 30 Beige. And this one is great because you don't need to top it with a powder. I never really topped my makeup off with powder ever because my face was so dry that powder would just make it look drier and cakey. So when my face started to get oily, I was like, maybe I need to set with powder or something like that. But I just find that I just don't like the way powder looks on my face, and I just like more of a dewy finish more so than a matte finish. This stuff is great because it kind of gives you like a demi-matte finish. It's not dewy, but it's not completely matte, and you don't have to set it with a powder. If you do set it with a powder, if you have really oily skin, you might need to, but I think by itself it controls the oil pretty well. And it comes with a pump that's really nice, and so I definitely recommend this, and it's definitely long wearing. It lasts throughout the whole day for me, and I do what's called like the phone test. Like when you're talking on your cell phone and it's up against your face, and sometimes when you finish that phone call you take your phone away from your face and you're like, oh, that's really gross, like oil or like makeup kind of sticks to your phone. So I call it the phone test with my foundation, and this one you definitely don't see like tons of foundation or anything like stuck to the screen. Being Chanel, it is a higher end one and it's more expensive, but I do think it's worth the money for this one. If you want a cheaper alternative, this isn't like drugstore cheap, but it is less than Chanel, and it is the new Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. This is probably my favorite foundation. I almost want to say that I've been using it pretty much every day since I got it. I mean, it just came out, but I think it really is a fantastic foundation. I actually got 2 shades. I bought it, one online on urbandecay.com, and I had shade 3, and that's a little light for me right now because in the summer, this summer my face did tan up a little bit. But now I am currently in the shade 4.0, and this one matches my skin perfectly right now. I went to Sephora and actually got this one because the 3.0 was too light. I still did keep the 3.0 because I know I'm gonna lose this tan pretty quickly. But this is really great. You have to shake it up before you use it, and you can kind of hear the little shaker thing inside. It has a really nice pump, and really a little bit goes a long way with this stuff. And I actually used it with the Urban Decay optical blurring brush that came out with this foundation, and this brush is also really great. I was kind of skeptical about the brush at first because I was like, I don't know if I want to try it or not, but I said why not, and I actually really like this brush. And not only does it work well with Urban Decay's foundation, but it works with other foundation really well. I really like it because it's dense, but not like crazy dense. It's really soft, and It has a shorter handle than most brushes, so you really have good control. Like, I'll hold it closer to the bristles to dab the foundation all over my face and then kind of further away when I'm buffing it in. And I really like this brush. I'm really glad that I did get it. As for the foundation, it really does live up to all the hype. I've read really great reviews on it. It lasts all day. It doesn't make you, it controls oil really well. It has a demi-matte finish, which, like I said, is something that I like. I don't like super flat. And it also, you do not need to set this with powder. Well, I don't anyway. Maybe people with oilier skin, they might need to, but I don't need to set this with powder. It looks so natural, it's buildable, and honestly right now my skin isn't awful, so I don't even need to use a full pump. Like, I'll pump out a whole pump on my hand, but I'll finish my face and I'll still have a little bit left over right now, so a little bit does go a long way. And I think this is around, this is $30-something as opposed to Chanel, which is like $50, or close to $50, or maybe a little bit more than $50. So this is definitely affordable for what it is. Definitely recommend checking this foundation out. Now the one I'm wearing on my face right now is a newer foundation for me, but I really do like it. It's the YSL Taunt Resist Longwear Endless Comfort Transfer Resistant Foundation. It has SPF 10, it's oil free, and I am in shade number 6, which I think is called Peach. But unfortunately this foundation is being discontinued. If you find it, go grab one and try it, because I think it's a really great foundation, a great transfer resistant foundation. I'm wearing it right now. Number 6 matches my skin tone perfectly right now. If not, it might be just a teeny bit light. I do warm up my face with some bronzer afterwards. It comes with a pump, although this pump is a little wonky. I mean, it doesn't pump as well as some of the other foundations. It's not as easy to control. It has a very strong, like, rosy kind of floral scent when you first apply it, but then it kind of disappears. I've been testing this out over the last couple days, and so far it's stood up really well. Like, I went through a work day today and didn't really need to touch up anything, and I mean, I got a little bit oily in the forehead, which I blotted off, but for a whole day's worth of wear, that's pretty good. I definitely recommend picking this up if you can still find it. So going along with more face products, I love using bronzer just to contour and warm up the face, just to bring back some color to your face so your face doesn't look so flat. Here are some of my favorite bronzers. The one I've been using a lot over the summer has been the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and this one's like old packaging. I've had this for a while. This is actually one of the first bronzers I ever bought, and when I first bought it, I mean, it looks really dark in the pan, right? When I first bought it, it was definitely way too dark for me, so I kind of stuck it in the back of my makeup drawer and never really picked it up again until recently, because my face actually got a little bit tan this summer when I was on vacation. It got tan, and I've been using this almost every day after that. And with a light hand, it actually doesn't turn out this dark at all. I am wearing this one today. I'll just contour along my cheeks and put some on, like, you know, my forehead, just to warm up the face a little bit. And it really does smell like chocolate. It smells like hot chocolate, so it smells really good. It works really nice. It lasts throughout the day, so I definitely recommend this bronzer. Another one that I do like also is the, I think I've talked about this before too, is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. This one's matte as well, and it's supposed to be waterproof. And this one's a little bit lighter than the Too Faced bronzer, and this is one of the first bronzers I ever got too. And this is really nice for contouring when my face is a little bit paler, but this is also good for if your foundation is a little bit too light, just to kind of even out the lightness and the darkness of it. And I was using this a lot when I was using that Urban Decay foundation, the Naked Foundation in number 3.0, because it was too light for me. So I was using this to kind of bring the shade up to my skin tone so it didn't look so pale on my skin. And then for drugstore bronzers, if you want to go the budget way, two nice ones that I like are the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder, and I don't know if this is the same as like their Sunny. Oh, this is Sunny. The shade name is Sunny, but it looks like this. It kind of looks orangey on camera right now, but it really isn't. And this is matte as well. I do like this one. The only thing I don't like about this bronzer is that it's super powdery. It kind of gets all over the place when you start using it, but it does look nice on the skin, very natural. If you find this, it's worth picking up. It's also super cheap. I think it's like $3 or something like that. And another one that's super cheap that is nice is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. And this one is in Goddess. And I like this one too. At first I thought it was going to be too orangey as well. If you put too much on, it does kind of turn a little bit orange, but if you use a light hand, then it's actually a really nice bronzer. It's very, very pigmented, so you kind of have to use a light hand with it. And it does come with like a brush, but this is kind of useless. But this one's kind of powdery as well. But it is still a nice bronzer, and I do recommend it if you are looking for a bronzer at the drugstore. This one is really nice. I also have the other Wet n Wild color one, which is, I don't remember what it's called, but that one's just as nice as this one. It still has the same kind of powdery texture, but it's also very pigmented and works really nicely as well. Now, I didn't talk about these things when I was talking about the long-wearing foundations, but these are a couple of face products that I do like, and I did like using over the summer, especially if you don't like wearing foundation over in the summer. These are really nice. One is the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This is SPF 30. I am in the shade Alaska, which is light 2, and this is a really awesome tinted moisturizer. Even though it's like advertised as a tinted moisturizer, it actually has like a lot of skincare benefits, and it also has nice coverage. It really evens out your skin tone really nicely, more so than I would say like a regular tinted moisturizer. It definitely covers better than like the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer or my Bobbi Brown tinted moisturizer, and this is my favorite one out of the ones that I just mentioned. It's really, really nice. A drugstore one that I've been really liking is the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB, and it's supposed to be a BB cream, but the American Western versions of BB creams are a little bit different than the Asian versions in that I think they're almost like glorified tinted moisturizers to me. I feel like the Asian ones definitely have a lot more skincare benefits. This one is still very nice, and it's probably my favorite one out of all the drugstore ones that I have tried for the Western BB creams. This one has the best coverage, it lasts the longest, and it feels the nicest and lightest out of all of them. This one is around $10, and it has SPF 30 as well, which is really nice, especially in the summertime when you're out in the sun. So I highly recommend this one. Another thing about this one is that they do have a pretty decent shade range, but when I was looking at the shade range, they actually had little testers out in the CVS where I bought this, and I usually choose like the second to lightest shade because I'm kind of like light medium, and they actually didn't have the shade that I would choose for myself, but luckily the testers were there, and I tested both that shade and the shade above it, so medium, and I actually ended up getting the medium because the medium was actually a little more yellow tone. The one below it, which I think is light or light medium, was a little more pink toned. So this one actually matches my skin tone pretty well, and it kind of has those skin matching things anyway. It kind of blends into your skin tone no matter what it is. So if you're like light medium skin tone with yellow undertones, I would recommend picking up the medium shade. Next I want to talk about some eye products. The ones that I've been really liking for the summertime have been the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows, and I've had these for a while. I don't know if I've talked about them, but I really like them. They come in packaging like this, and you unscrew the top, and there's actually a plunger, but you don't want to throw that away because it kind of keeps the product together, and it looks just like that. I like these because they last all day on your eyes without creasing, with or without a primer. And they're really easy to use. Sometimes I'll just apply these with my fingers, sometimes I'll go ahead and use a brush to apply them, but they're really nice. And like I said, they're long wearing, and I like how they have kind of like a shimmer, metallic sheen type finish, because that's pretty much my favorite finish with eyeshadows. So it looks really glowy, really pretty, especially in the summertime. Amber Rush is one of my favorites for the summer, and also Bronze Taupe. Bronze Taupe is my absolute favorite, and these are really great for doing like the bronzy kind of look for the summer. Another eye product that I've been really liking are the Giorgio Armani waterproof smooth silk eye pencils. They are amazing eye pencils, especially for the summer because they do not fall out of your eyes, and that's something really important to me. It drives me crazy when eyeliner or mascara or anything kind of gives you the raccoon eyes. These stay put all day, they don't migrate, and they look just as good at the end of the day when you put it on as when you just put it on. It's amazing. They don't need touching up at all. They are pricey. They're $30 each, I think, or around $30 each, but they are really, really nice. If you are at your wit's end in finding something that's gonna last on your lash line, I totally recommend these. I liked it so much that I did buy both the brown and the black. I probably use the brown a lot more, and I've had these for a while now, and I have just come down to the bottom and need sharpening now. So even though they are shorter, they are more expensive, they do last because you only need very, very little. Just a touch, the lightest touch against your lash line when you're putting on the pencil is all you need. They're very creamy. Just love these pencils. Another thing in general I've been enjoying for the summer are sheer lipsticks, and in general I think I prefer sheer lipsticks over more opaque lipsticks just because it's just easier for me to apply, especially when I'm on the go. You don't really need to whip out a mirror or anything to apply them, and in the summertime especially I don't like to wear like very heavy lip products. So the newest ones that I really love, and this is probably my favorite sheer lipstick formula, are the Giorgio Armani Rouge d'Armani sheers. And this one's in 508. They don't have names, they just have numbers. And this one's actually one of the limited edition shades for the fall right now. They have like a nude collection or something, and I bought this off of Nordstrom.com, and these are just so nice. They're very moisturizing. They're sheer, but they do still have nice color payoff. I'm wearing one right now. It's not this one. It's actually this one in 502. And so this one is a really pretty color. And I love them because, like I said, they last on your lips for a good amount of time. For a sheer lipstick, they last maybe like 3 to 4 hours if I'm not eating or talking a lot or, you know, drinking, that kind of thing. And they just feel so nice on your lips, like so nice, hydrating and just smooth. And like I said, it has really nice color for, you know, what's advertised as a sheer lipstick. So absolutely my holy grail favorite sheer lipstick formula. So that's it for my summer favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found some of it helpful. Hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things. And to all my new subscribers, I didn't even realize, but my subscriber count is almost at 100, and I really appreciate that. And because thinking, you know, you're making these videos and who the heck is watching me, you know? So thank you to all you new subscribers, and hopefully I have some more videos to put out for you. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.